Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. I'm your host, Lia Chang. On my show today, I'll be featuring Laurie Chinn and Thom Sesma in concert at 54 Below, André DeShields in concert at the Laurie Beechman Theater, and Classical Theater of Harlem's Malvolio.
He's our Manhattan Borough President, Mark, the one and only, the inimitable Levine. So you did not give your name, so will you say with me now, who's this? Ty Jones, artistic genius, management guru, the man who makes all this happen, and as if that wasn't enough, he's also co-directing tonight. Will you get Ty Jones? We got a big treat. We got Alan Gilmore tonight. We got Tony-nominated John Andrew Morrison tonight. We got this sumptuous set by the Slater brothers. Will you applaud for the set because we love it? We are out here in Marcus Garvey Park on a beautiful summer night. I love Shakespeare in the Park, but it's got nothing on Classical Theater Harlem. I want to shout out in the audience, Deputy Manhattan Borough President, Keisha Sutton-James, former board member of the Classical Theater of Harlem. Now, I really pushed Ty to call this show 13th Night, but he wanted something more poetic. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to enjoy Malvolio. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Betty Shamieh's Malvolio, starring Alan Gilmore and Tony Award nominee John Andrew Morrison, is Classical Theater of Harlem's free Shakespeare at the Richard Rogers Amphitheater in Marcus Garvey Park, with performances through July 29th. Malvolio is co-directed by Ian Belknap and Ty Jones, with choreography by Del Howlett. Other featured cast members include J.D. Mollison, Kaneda Kanutu, Marjorie Johnson, Stephanie Berry, Perry Gaffney, Renee Thornton Jr., Paula Galloway, and David Ryan Smith. Laurie Chinn and Thom Sesma were part of Charles Kirsch's Backstage Babble concert at 54 Below.
And so our next show is one that features a lot of roles for older performers. And given that I love older musicals and talking to older performers, this is the type of show that I like to seek out. This show is called Halftime. It's written by Matthew Sklar and Marvin Hamlish and Nell Benjamin, and it concerns a group of seniors who compete in a dance competition. I started listening to it and kept the album on repeat. And that is where I fell in love with today's guest. From the company of Halftime, please give a warm hand to Laurie Chinn.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Laurie. So tell us a little bit about how your connection to Marvin Hamlish began.
Okay. I was in a Broadway show and I wasn't happy about it. This was my second one. And so I kind of waited till everybody left, no more autograph seekers, so that I could sneak out and take the subway home. And the next day, the theater manager had said, "Hey, somebody was here waiting for you." And I said, "Yeah? Did he leave a name?" You know, and he said, "Yeah." I said, "Did he leave a card?" "No." And I said, "Who was it?" Marvin Hamlish. And I said, "He didn't leave a phone number or anything?" "Well, then screw that." Yeah. And so the guy said, "No, he wanted you to know that he really liked your performance." And I said, "Yeah, well, screw that. He didn't leave a message." "No, he really, really liked your performance." And I thought, man, he wasn't married then. It was a year before he met his love of his life, and I did not take those steps. The steps not taken. I could have been Mrs. Marvin Hamlish. So this fast forward a couple of years, this is the last thing that Mr. Hamlish worked on before he passed, and it was about a group of seniors who answer an ad for a halftime show in New Jersey, the New Jersey Nets. And so I got cast in. I was the Filipino lady. She is 80 years old, and they thought it was going to be swing dancing or whatever, but then ended up, they had to do hip hop. So I'm wearing this for the last time. They gave me a nickname, and
Boogie Smalls.
Boogie Smalls. Hey. So this is a song. This is a song that I thought, oh man, who gets to sing this? It's me. It's me. He wrote this song, and it was not by Marvin Hamlish, but it was written by Matt Sklar, and the lyrics by Nell Benjamin. And Sklar was like a young Stephen Sondheim to Oscar Hammerstein, too. So I consider this a blessing. But I also, it was originally called Gotta Dance. And I had nightmares at first because I thought Babs were going to come and steal this song and record it. Oh, man. No, I ended up being able to sing it throughout the entire lifetime of this. So I'd like to sing it for one more last time.
Laurie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, our orchestrator's here. Larry Hockman. Larry, where are you? Right here. Thank you so much.
Why don't you bring your husband?
Oh, he'd like to come, but he can't anymore. He can't do that anymore. It happens slowly. He's there with me, and yet the tide is rising, and our feet are getting wet. What's wrong with me, he asks. I tell him lies. This time last year, we waded to our knees. We talked to doctors, treated the disease. Sometimes there was a stranger behind his clouded eyes. The waters rise. People ask, Can I help? I tell them, sure. You can find a cure. Why is there no cure? Why we have the internet and movies on my phone? Does Daddy have to suffer this alone? One day I'll wake with a water at my chin. It hurts a moment, but just a moment breathing in. I read somewhere that drowning is the softest way one dies. The waters rise. Time is coming to take everything you love and break your heart in ways that today you can't conceive of. So take a deep breath now, 'cause if you're winded by surprise, where will you get air to breathe? The day the waters rise. Ah, he's a good husband. He lets me dance.
Chinn, everybody. Really, such a beautiful song. I can't imagine that Barbra Streisand could have done that better than Laurie did.
Because this was really the last gasp of a kind of theater that just doesn't exist, thank God, anymore, in which there are like white people in yellow face and songs like that, and a plot which basically made the Asian people in the show basically secondary to the Jews that were traveling through the show, which is certainly justifiable, right? And words like Oriental that were just sort of carelessly thrown about like classified documents at a Trump golf course. Yes.
Yes. So tell us about the fist fight.
Well, I'm not going to say the show was bad because it's not my place to. But one night, somebody will say this is an apocryphal story, but it actually happened during one of my scenes. A fist fight broke out in the middle of Act 1 because someone had had enough and was trying to leave. And he climbed over someone else, and a fist fight broke out. Choo chem.
Yes. Well, so Tom, I'll leave you with this song.
Oh, thank you. So a few good things came out of it. Mitch Lee did write Dulcinea in Man of La Mancha, which I think is one of the most gorgeous songs ever written for the canon of musical theater. So he did have some other stuff that he pulled out of a trunk, I'm sure. But I was too young to appreciate it back then. But when I pulled it out recently, I really, really enjoyed singing it, and I hope you enjoy listening to it. Oh, just one other thing. One of the plot devices was the daughter, the young Jewish daughter, falls in love with the ruler of this mythical Chinese land, who is a charismatic, handsome, intelligent, but sexless young prince. Yeah, take it away. Love is the waning sun that lies on a bed of soft horizon, far away, snuggling deep in the sleep it needs to bring another day. Love's a constant thing. Love is an eager star that lingers between the golden fingers of the dawn, still aglow, even though the night has taken flight and gone. A persistent thing. Love is a breath of summer roses, while winter still reposes everywhere. Love is charmed, not alarmed to find there are no roses there. Love is a sudden rash of rainbows, long after all the rain goes. When it goes, love believes it has sleeves in which another rainbow grows. Optimistic thing, what a wondrous thing love is.
André DeShields performed Who Do the Dirty in a concert presentation of Jim Steinman and Barry Keating's cult musical Rhinegold, a musical he first appeared in as Loki the Fire God in 1973. He was joined by Bradley Dean as Odin and Andrew Pollack as Thor.
So Loki has been, you've seen him as a character, of course, in the Marvel stuff. It's a little different in Wagner. More like, he sings, for example. And Loki is a treacherous, you-know-what. And we are about to meet him, and he is talking to Odin, explaining himself to Odin. Here we go. Woo.
happen to us, love. I just have to laugh. I gave you my trust, and then you give me the shaft. Your friends want me elsewhere. Get rid of me, do. But when I'm not around, who's gonna do what I do? Your friends want me elsewhere. Get rid of me, do. But when I'm not around, who's gonna do what I do? When I'm not around, who's gonna do what only I can do?
Môi thái con đã đu tại chi si không không say sưa và không lo ruộng lao ruộng chi si không không say say không chặt chặt ta.
Thank you for joining me for this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Until next time.